A journey or voyage undertaken by a group of people with a particular purpose. That's the definition of an expedition and the cornerstone of expeditionary learning. The EL model is used by more than 150 schools across the U.S., and Point of Discovery School is one of them. Let's journey together to find out what expeditionary learning is and why it works.
EL education really focuses on kids doing really authentic work that impacts the community beyond the school. Students have their 4 kind of core classes, but all of their work is done under the theme of whatever expedition we're doing.
We still learn, but we learn through activities. Kind of give kids more interest than just reading straight from the book.
We go out into the public more, we do more experiments and stuff. I feel it's a better way to learn because it's more accurate to, what most things would be later in life.
Typically, I have some sort of interactive activity where kids are in discussions, doing debates, working on projects.
There's a lot of dialogue. You rarely walk into a room where it's a quiet room, and then every day kind of changes.
We have the Pods Media class where students are doing blogging and podcasting. We have computer programming and coding. We have nature studies. We have 3D printing. Right now we're doing an expedition called Water is Life, and so all the work that they're doing relates to that topic.
We walked down to the Wisconsin River and we collected tubes, and then we added acids and bases to the water and to test how clean it was.
I didn't know water was that important until I came here because they taught us that other people in the world don't have water and they have to walk 7 hours to go to a pump.
Last night I sat with Eileen. She was excited to talk about some of the findings that she had, and it was just fun to see her start to form opinions on a topic and talk, passionately about that.
We're learning a lot about the environment right now. So in social studies, we learned about how the plastic bags are
No, don't ruin it.
Most people know what a homeroom or advisory is. Your homeroom is where you started your day, and it was basically administrative things. Crew is mainly your family at school. We focus really intensely on character instruction in crew.
Crew is in the mornings, sometimes we play team building activities. So it's definitely easier to get to know people here.
One thing about crew that I really like is you're with your crew their whole duration at Pod. So if students enroll as a 6th grader, they're in your crew and we're together until they leave Pods as an 8th grader.
Each of us are their main resource for when they need help. And the goal is to be able to make goals, and we can make sure we are all on track of where we want to be.
The most common piece of feedback that we get is that my child is just happy. Their soul is fed, they feel like the people at school care about them. They feel like everything that they're doing matters. And so at the middle school level, when you have happy kids, that's victory.
Finding ways to get the kids involved directly with the community here is the coolest thing I think about the school is we interact with the community, and everything we do has a purpose.
Where I see a lot of the growth is also in their character and who they are trying to be and how they're interacting with other people.
Actually, I am really excited to come to school. It makes me want to come to school, and then when I'm sick, it makes me really sad because then I can't come to school.
It's a different educational model for kids, but it's also a very different educational model for teachers.
Every day we meet together and plan things together and try to grow as a staff, grow individually.
Our goal is to push every kid beyond what they think is possible, no matter where they're at when they come in. They feel like what they're doing has real purpose. It's pretty rare that we'll have kids ask us, why are we doing this? They always know. They also are learning what it takes to be successful in terms of our habits. What does it mean to be a compassionate person and to treat others with respect and dignity? And how does that benefit me right now as a student, but how will that benefit me as I go into college and go into adult life?
They're useful skills for really any job or profession you would take on.
They very rarely settle for mediocrity. They don't just do something and look at it and say, well, that's good enough. They look at it with a kind of a critical eye saying, okay, next time I'm going to tweak this. That is really good preparation for adult life too. And so those things matter just as much as all the content that they learn in school.
There's a lot of ability for the school to be nimble and flexible when it comes to educational opportunities, that they're able to adapt in ways that our traditional schools are not. If they see something that isn't working, they change it.
Some kids think, oh, this is too easy, and some kids think it's too hard. So the teachers just like find the right amount and they let you do your thing.
This place is flexible to continue to fine-proof, to tinker as they go, and I think that's valuable for the kids, it's valuable for the parents.
I wish I would have had this kind of experience when I was a student, because she's just excited about learning, and I think every kid should feel that way.
It's a big paradigm shift for teachers and for kids, but in the end, once you make that shift culturally, it is absolutely worth it. The work that's done at your school is much more authentic. You're active in the community, doing projects that benefit the community, that recognize and honor individuals within the community. And so if you're willing to embrace the hard work that comes along with it, it's definitely worth it in the long run.
Discovery, collaboration, and engagement are at the core of expeditionary learning. By giving students more hands-on opportunities, EL schools help students to get excited about and take ownership of their education. And what could be better than fostering a lifelong spirit of learning?